What's good, everybody? Buckeye Scoop family, Buckeye Nation. Hope all is well. Happy Tuesday evening. And listen, go ahead and hit that like button. Y'all know what to do right out the gate. Hit that like, helps to get traffic to the show and all that algorithm stuff, and all that good stuff. Anyway, listen, we're going to be talking about the press conference today. Ryan Day updates on J.J. Smith and Carnell Tate's availability. All the buzz about that, all the concern about that. We're getting closer to that game, so things are ramping up with all types of concerns, when it comes to that big game. But anyway, also remember, when you send your super chats, helps to go towards the Pay It Forward, which is our military and our first responders. We're going to look out for them because we look out for them because they always look out for us. And also, we got a shorter show today. I got a coach. I'm Coach B. Moses again, coaching my son's basketball team. And so I got a hard stop at 7:45. If you got super chats, you got questions, try to get them in so we can make sure we address it. But anyway, Nevada, what's up, good brother? How are you doing this fine Tuesday evening?
I'm doing great, man. Lots of things swirling around the Buckeye world. We got recruiting stuff. We got Braxton Rimbert flip from Wake Forest.
Yep. I got his film
Another
ready.
flip. Yeah, another flip imminent with CJ Brown coming on. I mean, it's crazy in recruiting. But what I found is my phone's just been blown up all day with all people want to talk about is Carnell Tate and JJ Smith. So I figure that's kind of the news of the day. So I figured we
Yeah.
just start with that. I mean, what do you say?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's definitely been the talk. The Jackson Smith and Jigba stuff is still haunting people. I see all the comments. There's some people who are declaring, on their message boards and on social media, Carnell Tate will not play another snap this season. UC watch. So people are trying to get in their little bag of putting stuff out there, playing into the fears and all of that. And then of course, Ryan Day's presser today, he kind of backed up a little on giving, because at first, he was like, hey, they'll be fine. It was like, some, I don't want to say positive because this today wasn't negative, but it was more like giving you a little something. Today, he was giving nothing. He said, I'm not going to address it. We're not going to talk about it. And so that kind of got people a little tight too, Nevada. So yeah, let's get into it, man. What's your thoughts, on this whole situation with Tate and JJ availability?
Well, my thoughts are based upon information from talking to people closest to them. So it's not just my ruminations or my reading of the press conference or my feelings on the Ouija board or something, but based upon here's what I know. What I know is that Carnell Tate wants to play this weekend. This weekend is senior day. It's the final time that he'll ever play in the horseshoe, and he wants to go. And they're not sure if they want him to go for all the reasons you said before with the Jackson Smith and Jigba, stuff like if you play him against Rutgers and somehow he re-aggravates something or creates a new injury or whatever the sequence is, and you don't have him for the next week for the Big Ten championship game for the play, whatever it would be, like how do you live with yourself if you're Ryan Day? So I think
Exactly.
Ryan Day's in a conundrum right now because you've got a player that wants to play, and so I think he's just got to be doubly and triply and quadruply cautious with Carnell, for all those reasons. But Carnell wants to play. There are off-season awards that are statistic driven that are predicated upon playing, and I mean, there's a lot of things that go into. Obviously, in a perfect world, we would get into play because we don't want them to be rusty. We want them to have recent game reps, be there, but of course we want them to be healthy. So that's the line. So if you sense any trepidation from Ryan Day or any whatever vacillation, that's the drama that's playing out right now. Is Carnell wants to play. Ryan's not sure if he should play, would play, will be medically cleared to play. And so that's why he's going to be really cagey with his answers in
Yeah,
terms of that. In terms of JJ, I mean, I think it's just really simple. It's like sit him for Rutgers and there's just no need for him to be out there.
absolutely.
But JJ's another guy who wants to, he's a baller. He wants to play. For people that were worried about the video of him limping up the thing, he was standing on the sidelines in the cold for the entire second half, and it tightened up on him. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. And so For JJ, for Carnell, and for Ryan Day, for people that are reading the tea leaves from the press conferences and stuff like that, it's about playing this weekend. It's about the final home game in the shoe. That's the final home game in the shoe this year, short of us getting a home game in the playoffs in the first round, which is, not unthinkable, but it's unlikely. It's unlikely that we would fall and under any set of circumstances. So more than likely, it's the last time that a guy like that Carnell's going to ever suit up in the horseshoe, and he wants to go. So that's the drama that's playing out. That's how it's going. That's when you see Ryan Dave, you see him being cagey. It's in reference to this week, not there. And for people that are like, "Oh, Carnell Tate will never," I mean, I know that's the internet's famous. It started with Sir Yacht way back when people make these
So, yeah.
fantastic predictions and just
Yeah.
hope that something of it comes true and then they can claim victory. And so anybody saying Carnell Tate's never going to play, I mean, look, is there a world? Yeah, Carnell could be right, get hit by a bus tomorrow and never play again. But in terms of the stuff going on with him right now, there's nothing that's season ending, week ending, regular season ending, career ending, anything that. And JJ obviously in the same boat. Those guys are both day to day. They're both young guys that a good night's sleep can cure a lot of what ails them, and that's kind of where we're at in that whole drama.
Yeah, for sure. And that makes a lot of sense because Ryan Day, one thing he was leaning into in the press conference, although he was not giving anything, is he kept pointing to the medical staff. The medical staff's working hard. Medical staff's working hard. And they're working hard they're trying to get Tate to a point where playing against Rutgers is not considered as much of a risk, right? It's just like you don't want to re-aggravate things. So get him as good as possible. And even if he does play against Rutgers, it's not going to be, for much. He's going to play some and then sit. So, you want him to have some type of rhythm coming off of missing 2 games, going into the big game next week. So yes, it's a challenge. You could just Ryan Day. That's a tough thing. You have to manage these things very well. And so, yeah. I mean, the bottom line is though, it's not long term. That's the thing, Nevada. People out there on the internets are just pushing fear, this JSN fear that he's done, and it's just it's a wrap. And people react to that, Nevada, on social media. People people know how to troll and trigger and push buttons because people are already wringing their hands and worried, and then they see that and then they just gravitate towards it and they run with it, or they at least embody it and believe it, what I'm saying? So yeah, so just listen. You can't People out there, you can't control anything. Just trust the coaches, you know and just wait for the game.
Well, trust your eyes. Again, just ask
That
yourself the
too.
question. If JJ Smith was really injured, would they have had him standing on the sidelines for 2 hours during the
Right.
game,
Yes.
yucking it up and high-fiving guys and doing that? Like, would that have been that? Or would they have
Or
ushered him into the medical tent or the training room or the locker room? Or I mean, he was still in his gear. I mean,
yep.
he didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even undress. So it's like the idea that he's like seriously, same thing with Carnell. Like when Carnell didn't play because he felt some tightness I mean, he was in his gear the whole time of the game at Purdue, on the sidelines, high-fiving everybody, yucking it up. I mean, just you don't trust Nevada, don't trust B Moses, but trust your own eyes in terms of, does it make sense to you that these are serious types of injuries that are going on right there when Ohio State is handling it the way that they're handling it right now? You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, so you can disregard you can say, "Oh, I don't believe in inside information. I don't believe in sort of." I don't know. Trust your eyes. You can trust your eyes in terms of doing it, and I think when you do that, you come to the right conclusion on this thing.
For sure. That's an excellent point. Um, yeah, listen, JJ Smith is like, how can I put it? You're If you're going to show favoritism to anybody on the team, it's going to be him. Why would you, if he's seriously injured, they would have had him in the training room. They would have been starting treatment ASAP. They would have had him all types of x-rays and everything if it was serious. We got to get him ready now. The clock is moving. So that's a great point. Also, Carnell Tate liked a tweet of someone saying that was talking about how ridiculous the rumors are about him not playing for the rest of the season. Carnell Tate clicked like. Looks like we lost Nevada for a second. So yeah, it's crazy. Listen, if he doesn't play against Rutgers, I don't care. Me personally, as a selfish fan, I don't want him to play against Rutgers. I know it's senior day, Nevada. I see you're back. I don't know the last thing you heard.
I heard Carnell Tate liking a tweet, which again, I mean, those are stuff. I mean, do you think Carnell Tate would be doing that? Probably not. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. You know, when I talk to players on the team, and I do talk to players on the team, they all are like, dude, come on, like he's gonna be fine. Nobody at the team is freaking out, and so for the fans, take a deep breath. We're so blessed that we have a game this weekend that's not a road game. You know, we're not
Right.
at Rutgers. You know what I'm saying? There's just virtually no way that Rutgers is going to put up any serious resistance against this Buckeye team, regardless of who plays. I mean, I think we could play the entire game with, you know, Lincoln Keenels at quarterback. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I think you could give Lincoln some, you know, if Julian took the first half and Lincoln down, that does lead me to the inescapable thing of Ohio State's a 31.5 point favorite. And do I think they'll cover the spread? I'm probably not going to pick them to cover the spread again this week, just because if there ever was a game when they're going to be pulling folks, it's going to be this one.
This game.
It's this game.
Get out of
So
there
yeah,
now.
get out of there and just kind of get on to the next order of business, because we've got a tough 5-6 game stretch coming up with Michigan, Indiana, and then 3 playoff games, and we got to be ready. It's all hands on deck. So I'm going to be a little careful about betting the Buckeyes this weekend, just because I think there's going to be a lot of folks, you know, at very least on a very strict pitch count.
Yeah, and real quick, I wanted to say shout out to Shot Clock Todd from the Buckeye Scoop page. Lightning rod of a guy, you know, a favorite of the posters. He made a good point earlier, Nevada, and he was talking about, you know, playing sports. And just think about this. Like, anybody who's played basketball, football, lacrosse, it doesn't matter, organized or otherwise. I cannot count. I've lost count, Nevada, and I'm sure you have too, playing football, basketball, you know, all my young years of being like hobbled, like coming off the court or coming off the field, just like barely being able to walk. But then, you know, 30 minutes later, I'm ready to run it back. I stretch, drink some Gatorade, and loosen up, and I'm running again. Like, there's certain injuries that are like structural, like, yo, I can't do this because I'm injured. I literally cannot go. And then there's some stuff where I hyperextended my knee on one play, or I just, you know, whatever. But I'm back at it either in a few hours or the next day. This is similar, y'all. So don't overreact to the JJ Smith walking slowly out of the field. I know it looks scary, but I'm trying to give y'all some perspective, Nevada.
Well, yeah, there's a different. It's like the famous thing, and I'm sure you say this to your son, daughter all the time. But like with my kid when they're playing sports, you know, when something happens, I'm like, "Are you hurt or are you injured?" You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's a big difference between being hurt and being injured. And you know, frankly, what JJ Smith reminded me of when he was walking off the thing is that reminds me, looks like me after playing 18 holes of golf now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of you know, limping off there to the 18th hole or 19th hole, get into the bar, have a couple of cocktails, and then but my step is picked up and I'm ready to go. So yeah, I wouldn't read too much into that stuff. And adrenaline's the best drug in the world. And 11 days off or 12 days off or 14 days off for these
Yeah.
20-year-olds is like, that's like a lifetime.
Oh, yes.
So, you know, I mean, so yeah, we've been so blessed, because I felt like last year, I felt like we were snake bit by injury. You know what I'm saying? Like when we lost,
Yeah.
you know, Josh Simmons, and then we lost Zen Mikulski, and then we lost Seth McLaughlin. I just thought, this is just not meant to be. You know, I mean, to lose 3 starters on the offensive line is
Yeah,
just
that's rough.
just rough. And your All-American center, and yeah, I'm just, you know, carrying a TV downstairs,
Oh
and
boy.
and look how that ended this year. we've been so blessed. We've just been so blessed with good health, and it's just continuing. And we're in great shape. We're healthy. We're going to be firing fresh going into the playoffs. And again, kudos to Mickey Marotti, kudos to Ryan Day in terms of the load management strategy that they're going with, because this Ohio State team's in superb shape right now. And that's great news.
It is great news. Give me 3 seconds to unplug this humidifier that just cut on. It seems like it's loud. Maybe y'all can't hear it, but I got to unplug it. It's going to bother me. Hold on.
B. Moses has left the building. Now B. Moses has reemerged. B. Moses is back.
All right.
Oh,
Yes. For those who aren't watching and listening on the podcast, was that long?
We couldn't hear it, but your skin looked very supple from the humidity there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I moisturize well. The wife hates ashy. It's like, why you ashy? Put some lotion on. So, I'm always lotioning. But so anyway, okay, real quick, Nevada. And I know we have a shorter show, so I want to make sure I don't miss this. Did you know what just happened while we were talking?
What just happened while you're talking, B?
This is what happened. Give me a second. Boom, about to share.
CJ?
Nope, not yet. He's coming though. Brady McNeil, inside O lineman, 4-star composite kid, 6'5", 285 out of Richmond, Virginia. Just committed to the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Have you noticed how much damage we seem to be doing in that kind of that Maryland, Virginia area right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're doing work, man. We're doing work in terms of like flipping guys. That's crazy. So another flip.
Man, listen. What I love though, Nevada? This is what I love. I'm seeing social media wide repentance. There's a lot of humility and humble hearts coming to the altar to repent for their hand wringing and even their attacking of those who would dare say everything's going to be okay. And I appreciate that. For those who would like humbling themselves, like, you know what? I was tripping earlier about recruiting. I overreacted. Look at what's happening right now. Now, to be fair, me and Nevada have both said this. We told you what was coming. We told you, hey, listen, don't worry. Things are going to start cooking. But to be fair, me and Nevada didn't know it was going to be this intense. I mean, this is even higher than we were told. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I just picture the bear in the stream with the salmon, and he's just like 50 salmon just hitting him in the face. He's just trying to get them all. I mean, they're just coming in. And it's crazy, bro. Like, I'm like, dang, we getting recruits to pop while we on air, and we got more coming. It's insane what we're doing, flipping and just recruiting in general. And 2027 is heating. It's just, man, Nevada, this is just amazing.
Well, the salmon, we're not even like fishing. The salmon are just jumping in the boat with us now. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yes.
Like, yeah, this is wild. But you think back on some of the famous freakouts, offensive line. Remember the offensive line freakouts just for the past decade. Defensive line freakouts.
Yeah.
The recruiting freak out. I mean, we could probably find some other freakouts, but so every single time on those, we're like, hey guys, everything's going to be okay. And every single time we've been right, every single time. So it's like at some point as a fan, man, just catch yourself. If you find yourself freaking out, just educate yourself about some stuff, look into it a little bit, take a look at the big picture, take a step back, and promise if there's a time to freak out about any topic, B. Moses and I will tell you. We will be the first ones to sound the alarm. But man, recruiting, yeah, I mean, there were a lot of very angry people about Ohio State recruiting. We didn't get any bump in the national championship. Our brand's down. We're not getting NIL money. We're broke. This is just this run's just incredible. I don't even have words anymore. I can't believe McNeil that's just crazy to me. That's absolutely freaking crazy. Because like you said, there's going to be more. I mean, there's going to be more on top. We're going to probably finish this thing with 15, 16 flips.
It's just it's incredible. But yeah, I'm laughing at what you said because it sounds ridiculous, but that was really the takes. The NIL we're broke, like like we gotta just pony up the dough, and I'm just like, listen, man, Oh, Jesus.
The,
You know,
oh,
it's just like,
that Michigan had passed us in recruiting. Remember that whole
oh,
Michigan's got all
yes,
the they're
yes.
past. Oh, they've got Larry Ellison. They're passing us in recruiting, and we're like, no, guys, come on,
Yeah,
get real. It's not happening.
yeah. I don't know. It's just, I asked a question to one of my guys the other day. I said, why do people every season freak out about recruiting when they keep seeing these results? It's a serious question. I mean, like it's almost like it's like a drug. It's like they gravitate towards it, and it's just weird. But I don't know. I'm basking in it. This is incredible. We're not surprised by the influx because we told you it was coming. We're just surprised by the sheer volume and just the. I mean, it's just overwhelming. It's just like I can't recall a wave this abundant, Nevada, like in all in one, like in the weeks period consecutively. That's what tripping me out. It's just boom, boom. You think you're done? Here
Well,
comes more. Boom.
I'm older than you. It's never happened before. Let me tell you, you don't
Yeah.
familiar with it because it ain't ever happened before. And
Yeah.
these kids that we're getting are like we're getting the best players from these other people's classes. You know what I'm saying? So like you can say
Yeah.
all you want about Wake Forest kid or NC State kid or Florida kid or whatever. These are the best players in their class that we're flipping. So we're literally going and we're going, okay, NC State. Oh, you got one good. Oh, we'll take that one. Okay, Wake Forest, you got one really good. Oh, we'll take that one. You know what I'm saying? And look, these other schools have players. I mean, we play teams all the time where they have players on the team. Like, wow, that's a good player. Wish we'd have
Yeah.
come to Ohio State. Well, we're just picking them now. We're not waiting for the portal. We're not waiting for transfers. We're just going there and snapping them in the during the recruiting thing. And at this point I don't even have words because this one stunned me because I did not see that one coming. I didn't
Yeah.
see it coming today, and I really thought you were going to say it was CJ, but nope. This is just more great news.
I'm waiting on CJ. And remember, shout out to Dev from the Buckeye Boys. He had this one a minute ago.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
then Bill Green, he has excellent Florida sources. He followed up and just piled on top of that and just confirmed even more. So our guys had the CJ stuff. How you pronounce his name? Is it Brana? I
Brahman.
can't pronounce. Yeah,
I say
Brana.
Brahman. Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. CJB in the Florida class, and you know our guys had this when other sites and others were saying, I don't know, you know, this or that. They had it and they were firm on it. So shout out to our guys killing it. Shout out to Funky killing it. If you're on the scoop board, you see the receipts of the predictions, the thread started, and then following up with the thread. Oh, he just committed, like we told you. It's just been amazing on the scoop board with the intel and information. And so, yeah, I couldn't wait to tell you about this one, Nevada. And shout out to whoever was in the chat who mentioned that the McNeil, because you know I'm trying to run the show. I'm clicking buttons, and you know what I'm saying. I'm doing stuff. I don't know if y'all know, but when I'm doing the show, I'm like doing stuff sometimes, so I can't see everything. I just happen to see the comment. I was like, "Yo," so yeah, and we got some super chats coming in, but yeah, Nevada, I'm just happy. I'm geeked, man.
I mean, you should be if you're not happy, you're not geeked right now. So, I mean, this is just it's crazy. It's almost, you know what it is? It's almost too much good news. I think people are getting immune to it because it's just
Yeah,
like too much good news. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I mean, because it like every day it's like, we get Braxton. Remember that used to be like a week's worth of good news, and now it doesn't even rate like a mention. People are just like, oh, okay, yeah, we got that guy, and on to the next one. And yeah, the Ohio State staff is absolutely doing work. The brand is just so freaking strong right now. And yeah, if you're not happy as an Ohio State fan now, you ain't ever going to be happy. So time to get happy.
yeah. And real quick on Braxton, remember we can get to some super chats because I know I gotta bang out in about 10 minutes. Braxton Rembert, he's a 4-star composite, I believe. He was like a 3 for the longest. So people just kind of, oh, you know, whatever. But the Ohio State staff, James Laurinaitis and this Ohio State staff love him. First of all, he's 6'6". His frame, he's probably gonna. I think the from last thing we heard, Nevada, right, is that they see him as, I know he's being compared a little bit to Sonny Arvell Reese, you know, rush the passer, but also roam around. I mean, with his frame, his speed, athleticism, He's a freaky athlete who needs to be developed, and they believe he's going to be elite. Correct, Nevada?
Well, yeah, and I don't think people need to pigeonhole him in terms of linebacker or defensive
Right,
end or something like that, because
right,
Ohio State's moved to this pro style offense, or excuse me, defense, and those we've talked about how you generate pass rush. It's for those stand up linebacker, defensive end types that kind of go out there and get after it. That's the kind of player he is. Got a little bit of Chaz Coleman in him in terms of being kind of long and lanky, and just really, really good. Just a potential superstar. Like I said, 4-star, 202nd ranked player in the country according to the latest rankings from Rivals. So really good get for Ohio State.
absolutely, man. So let's jump into some super chats. Ryan Coolidge, thanks for the 1999. Counting down the days to get our shot at scum again. I really believe Ryan Day is a different cat after last year. Really hope JS10 is getting reps with the young wide receivers. Nothing is saving anyone from us if we're ready. Lock and load. Great post, great super chat. I agree with all of this. We believe wholeheartedly that Ryan Day is a different cat. The players believe that. The coaches believe that. And so what people are waiting on to really solidify that, at least take a big step in solidifying, is to win up in Ann Arbor, which I believe we will. Nevada, what you got?
Yeah, no, we are firmly in the belief that Ryan Day is a different guy. He's a different guy. You watch that the series, the Redemption series, and you can't help but come away with that feeling that a lot of those people that were touched by that have been forever changed. And Ryan certainly is one of them. And I think it goes it's about 9 different levels where Ryan Day's more at peace with himself, more confident in himself. And I think we're seeing the fruits of that. We're seeing on the field. We're not even playing close games, and I think Ryan's got the guys operating at a high level, and he's loose as a goose. And I think that'll carry through to Ann Arbor and beyond.
Yeah. So, real quick comment. You mentioned Ryan Day, and I'm trying. I'm currently trying to. There it is. I got his name. I googled it. Okay, real quick. First of all, I finished part 3 of the Redemption documentary. Phenomenal, excellent job. They do a great job of giving you insight into young men who are vulnerable, basically confessing their struggles, um, challenges, because most people just see the glamour, the glitz, the big stage, Ohio State football player, but don't know like these are still human beings and they're going through real stuff. And I think it really revealed that. And I think it's going to help a lot of people. With that said, G. Scott Jr. talked about how when he was going through his toughest time after losing his mother, she died unexpectedly, and he was just having a rough time at Ohio State. He said he was about to drive back home and just hit the road. Long story short, that he had all types of thoughts, even suicidal thoughts. And he turned back and went back to Columbus after, him and a cop kind of linked up, and it's a good story. Point is, I'm trying to get to the point, is that he said Ryan Day was so compassionate. Now, listen, some coaches could have just said, "Listen, son, you have an obligation to be here. You can't just go whatever." They could have went off on him in the name of accountability. But Ryan Day, he said he was so compassionate, and that's what we were talking about the other day. Ryan Day has the gift to not only be a great coach, but to also speak to the hearts of these young men and meet them where they are and help them with their mental health, as well as their physical health. And then on top of that, I was Googling Harry Miller. I was trying to remember the O lineman. Remember, Harry Miller attributed Ryan Day to being a key person that helped him from not committing suicide. So I'm just bringing this out again because Ryan Day is not just a ball coach. He's a leader of men that is just outstanding for this university and for our community. I just wanted to put that out there because that was just a great part of that documentary, Nevada, before we move on.
Yeah, no, he's an amazing guy. The fact that he's all that on top of just one of the best quarterback developers and offensive minds and thing and administrators. We're really, really blessed to have him here.
Absolutely. All right. So, but I'm sorry, real quick before we move to the next super chat. Mark Swick, are you angry, B Moses, when you coach? Sometimes I am. I have to. Listen, I was coached hard. Football every year from little on up. football, basketball, I was always coached hard, especially in football. So I try to sometimes pull back with the younger kids because it's like you want them to get it, and you want them to learn the discipline that I learned and we learned being coached by grown men who wanted to get the most out of you. So sometimes I gotta watch it a little bit, but yes, I can I can be tough when it comes to coaching, Nevada, and I'm sure you were too.
Yeah, no, yeah, we grew up in a different era, though. The coaches weren't quite as nice as we are, but we're kinder and gentler now.
we're trying,
Yes.
man. But in this new world, you just never know. But all right, Mike Green, thanks for the $4.99, fellas. I had to be humbled by my Scoop brothers. Thanks to you guys, I had to realize Ryan and staff completely hiding their hand all season. I think you're referring the next super chat he follows up with. Thanks for the $1.99, Mike Green. He says, BMO, I'm speaking on the O-line being humbled. So I think Mike is saying after watching the UCLA game and how they played and how the run game emerged, I think he's referring to that. Now, I know some people are going to retort with, well, it was UCLA. They didn't have a great run defense. But Joe Klatt, Nevada, I don't know if you knew this, he brought out a stat. He said the yards per carry were the most by Ohio State versus UCLA since like 2013 or something. So are we going to look at this game as, oh, we're just rushing juggernauts now, the best rushing team in the country? No, but we can look to it and say that's a something, like Nevada likes to say, and it just shows that they've been working at it. There's progress, and that I would point to that as a little bit of momentum going down the stretch. Would you, Nevada?
Well, yeah, and I will. This is like when we talk about freakouts. I will go down this till the death on this. Scheme and predictability are the enemy's O-line play, and it's always about scheme, and it's always about constraint. And if you get that right, your offensive line looks great, and if you don't, they look terrible. That scheme for the win.
The scheme.
The scheme. I really believe that. I really believe it.
No, I agree. I 1000% agree. Predictability is the killer of just execution, right? It's just like, why didn't you execute? Well, I mean, we ran it up the middle twice in a row.
Exactly. And he had 9 guys in there. Like, come on, come on.
It's like Nate. Here comes Nate Roberts, in motion in the A gap. Like, I wonder what's coming.
Yeah.
But anyway, so listen, hey, great show. I gotta go get in these kids' butts and make sure they hit their layups and their free throws and all that.
Stack. We're gonna run stack now. Stack.
Listen, the name of our team is called the Cheez-Its. I coach 9-year-olds. Okay, so just give me a break. We're the Cheez-Its. That's the name the kids came up with. So when we break the huddle, we say, "I'm the cheesiest coach." Listen,
Oh no!
Listen, that's what they came up with. Hey, I'm just gonna roll with it.
Run the picket fence.
So listen, y'all, Buckeye Scoop family, Buckeye Nation, love y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow. Go Bucks. Peace.